Good morning, class. Happy Monday. It's a new week. Let's get started. Let's warm up. Start with those jumping jacks. All right, let's go into those leg swings. And switch legs. Let's take it to the side. Switch. All right, and let's do some arm circles. Take it back. Switch arms. And back. All right, let's stretch out our chest and our back. And we'll go into our full body flow. Getting all those joints working this morning. Good, two more. And our last one. All right, our last stretch. Really sink down into those hips. Open yourself up. Let's do one more. And switch sides. And our last one. Okay. We've got more of a strength day today. So we won't be getting our heart rate up too high, but we will be working hard to sweat it out. So just dumbbells today. We are going to be on the ground for most of it. So first up, grab a weight from over here. All right. First up, we're doing Cossack squats. So Cossack squats are like a lateral lunge, except for we're not moving our legs back and forth. So we're in a wide stance, but our toes are still pointing forward, whereas a sumo, our toes are pointing out. So wide stance, toes pointing forward. We're gonna hold the weight in front of our chest like we do with the goblet, and then we're shifting our weight side to side. Really thinking about sinking our butts down behind that heel and then This leg that's stretched out, that toe may lift up, and that's totally fine, so you can get that good depth. So you're just dipping down as far as you can control it, then you're squeezing that butt to come back up. So stretching the one side, that inner thigh is really gonna feel that stretch. And then as you come up, you're gonna feel your glute contract, your side hip here to get back to start. So we're just going back and forth, back and forth. Next up, a Z press. A Z press, we're on the ground. I should have, brought my stuff over here. A Z press, we're on the ground with our legs straight in front of us. Want the back of our thighs pressed to the mat and the back of our knees pressed to the mat. And then a tall torso. If you feel like you have to slouch, try separating your legs a little bit wider. And then we're just going overhead with those presses. So you're gonna feel these likely in your mid-back as you go because it's isolating just the top portion of your body, whereas when we're standing and we do this, our lower body helps us stabilize. But this time, it's just our core that's helping us stabilize as we go up overhead. And then we're flipping over to our bellies. We're grabbing one of the dumbbells in between our feet here. And then we're doing hamstring curls with it. So notice the top of the dumbbell is on the bottoms of my feet, so the soles of my feet here. And I'm just going down and up with that dumbbell. All right, so we'll go to that point, and then I'll demonstrate the last two. So first, we're doing those Cossack squats. We're going side to side with that wide stance, then the seated Z press, and then we're flipping over for those hamstring curls. So let me grab my timer real quick. Grab your dumbbells. We're doing 2 rounds, and each exercise, we've got a lot of time to go through it. So pace yourself and take a break when your form starts to break down. All right, here we go in 5. Whoops, 5. Wide stance here, 2, 1. Here we go, side to side, letting those butts sink down below that heel. I'm gonna move the mat out of the way. Side to side, keep in control. Good, keeping that torso as upright as possible. We don't want to be dipping down, bending over at our waist. We want those butts to just sink down towards the ground. Really feel that stretch in that straight leg. That weight out in front of us kind of helps us balance a little bit. Really squeezing our glutes to come back upright. Nice job. We're down to 25 seconds here. You're just going as far down as you can control it, and then coming back up. Still squeezing those glutes to come up. Got 5 seconds here. 2, 1. All right. We're on the ground. Legs out straight in front of us. I say let's do 10 or 12 at a time with these overhead presses, or depending on how strong you feel. If you feel like you can do more, you can do more. All right, back of those knees, press towards them, press down on the mat. Back of those legs, press down on the mat. Tall torso, and here we go. I like to exhale as I go up and inhale as I come back down. Getting that tall torso straight back. Keep those legs pressed. If you need to separate those legs into wider, then you can do so. Really isolating the upper body here. We're halfway. Don't let yourself slouch. If you find yourself slouching, just drop those weights and reset here. Whew. 20 seconds. Let's finish this. We got 10 more seconds. Three, two, one. All right, you're flipping it over. Hamstring curls. Grab that dumbbell so the top of it is resting on the bottoms of your feet. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. Now my timer's behind me. 3 seconds, 2, 1, here we go. Making sure you're controlling that weight as it goes down. Give it a little tap, and then bring it back up. Try to keep your pelvis rooted to the floor so that it doesn't lift. You should really feel that pull in the back of your legs. I guess if you don't have dumbbells, you can squeeze whatever you want in between your feet to lift. Nice job. Control that weight as it gets lower. Don't let gravity take your legs. Slowly lower that weight down. "25 seconds here. Keep working it. You should start to feel that strain in the back of your legs. Our hamstrings are our powerhouses. That's what gets us to go. And then our quads, the front of our thighs, are what gets us to stop. 5 seconds here. 2, 1. All righty. Our next exercise, a quadruped row. If you have a bench, you can be on a bench for this. If you just have the floor, that's what we're working with. So let's say you're working your left hand first with that weight. Then your right leg is going to come up behind you. You're going to create a little bit of a balance challenge, and then you're going to row that weight up, squeezing your back. So what I want you to be mindful of is that you're not arching your lower back. You're keeping it neutral as you lift one leg, and then we row. So here we go. I'll tell you when we're halfway, and you can switch. So again, if your left hand is holding that weight, it's your right leg that comes up. Keeping that neutral back. switch sides. Onto all fours. Grab that weight in one hand, the opposite leg is up behind you, and then you're squeezing that back to lift that weight up. Again, make sure you're not overarching that lower back. You don't need to dramatically lift that leg. Just enough so that it creates an imbalance where you have to really fight for it. Keep working, 10 more seconds here. 2, 1. All right. Our last exercise, we're on our butts. We're doing a lemon squeeze with a little variation. So usually a lemon squeeze is just in and out with our legs. This time as our legs go out, we're gonna split our legs open, alternating whichever leg is up, whichever leg is down. What I want you to be mindful of is that your weight is in your sit bones. You wanna keep that tall back. Your weight is not in your hands. Your hands are just there for balance. So here we go. In and then split, in and then split. Kind of takes a little bit of a brain power here to think about it, but then once you get your pattern, you just go for it. This is going to be a long time for lemon squeezes, so I expect you may need to take a break and relieve that lower back, and then go ahead and reset. I want you to keep that tall back, straight back. And again, making sure that weight is not on your hands. Those hands are just there for balance. Whew. Class number 2 doing these, I can really feel it. Working our core. Our core includes our backs. That's why your back is starting to ache, because those muscles are working. They're part of your core. Woo, keep it up, keep it up. I'm gonna take one more break and then we're going for it. 15 seconds here to the end. 5 seconds, you got this. 2, 1. All right, relax. Round 1 is done. Whew. We're only doing 2 rounds, so we're already halfway through. Grab yourself a drink. We're starting with those Cossack squats. So that wide stance as we shift our weight back and forth. That weight in front of us actually helps counteract that balance. So even though it's adding a little more extra to your squat, it actually helps you stay a little bit upright. Doing good so far? Excellent. All right. Let's get ready for round 2. Again, the squats, then we're on the floor with those Z presses, our hamstring curls, the quadruped row, and then those lemon squeezes. So let's get ready for those Cossack squats. Wide stance, wider than you would think you would need. Those toes are pointed forward. Grab that weight and we're going in 5, 2, 1, here we go. Controlling that motion, dipping down as far as you can control it. You're aiming for the back of your heel. Really sinking that butt down, keeping that torso upright. Nice job. You can let that toe lift on that extended leg so you can get down a little bit further if you need to. We're still squeezing our glutes to come back up. Should really feel it on the side of your hip here. And then of course the opposite leg, you're feeling that stretch on that inner thigh. Taking your time on these ones. 20 seconds. Here we go, last push here. 8 seconds. 2, 1. All right. Woo. We're on the floor. Legs are straight. Pressing the back of your knees to that mat. A tall back here. Like I said, if you need to spread those legs a little bit wider. Here we go. Don't let yourself slouch. Make sure that you're upright, you're not leaning backwards. So it may feel tight in this hip flexor area, and that's when you can open your legs a little bit further to give you some room. Nice job. After 10 or 12, you can rest. Relieve that back a little bit. Keep those legs pressed. Whew. I'm feeling it. All right, let's go. Last 10 seconds. We can do this. Finish it out. Almost there. All right, drop it. Flip it over on those bellies. We're doing hamstring curls. Grabbing whatever weight you have in between those feet. If you don't have a dumbbell, just grab whatever you can and hold on. All right, here we go. You're slowly lowering that weight down. You're not letting the weight pull those legs. You're controlling that weight. Give it a little tap on the ground and then bring it right back up. I don't want you to rest when you hit the ground. You want to keep that tension. All Part of this challenge is just keeping that weight in between your feet. Nice work. We've got 30 more seconds. Start to feel those thighs, or those back of your thighs and hamstrings. You're gonna feel it in your butt as well. That's part of it. We've got 10 more seconds. Almost there. 2, 1. Alrighty. We're flipping over. We're getting on all fours here. Again, find that neutral part of your back, and then you're keeping that position. If your weight is in your right hand, your left leg is lifting, and then you're rowing. So getting that in balance, so you have to fight for it a little bit. I'll tell you when we're halfway so that we can switch. All right, here we go. Find that position, and then you're still squeezing that back to lift that weight. If you're on a bench, then you can let that arm fully extend so that weight dips down just a little bit below that bench. Part of this is just keeping your balance. Again, I don't want that leg to be raised really high so that it arches your lower back. We're just barely lifting that leg, creating that imbalance. We're almost done with this side. Go ahead and switch. And find that neutral place in your back. Lift that leg, find your balance, and then start rowing. Start lifting that weight, squeezing that back, that mid back. Check your lower back, make sure it's not arching. Keep control, make sure you have that balance. 10 more seconds here. All right. Our last exercise of the day, we're going into those women scissor splits. Like I said, I don't expect you to do the lemons the full time. Take a little bit of a rest and a break, and then you'll get right back into it. Again, your knees are coming in like normal, and then when your legs are straightening, one is up and one is down, and then you're alternating. All right, here we go. Making sure you're balanced in your sit bones, and that back is tall. Those hands are behind you, just for balance. So if you lift your hands, you don't have any weight on those hands. We're not really looking for a dramatic split in your legs. It's just giving you a little bit more of a challenge than just going straight out. Nice job, nice job. Shake it out when you need to. Woo! I'm feeling that, that's for sure. All right, We got this, we got this. Keep fighting for it. Ten seconds. Woo! We're almost there. 2, 1. Oh boy, oh boy. That's a good one. Nice work, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope you feel strong. And I'll see you back Wednesday.